Hey, what's up, y'all? Jay Anthony checking in, man. Welcome to the Jay Anthony YouTube channel. I appreciate you guys for tuning in today. So today we've got an important thing to cover. So I just sold the 2005 crew cab that I fixed the motor on. So just to go over a little bit of details of what all I did on that truck. So we ended up finding out that it was a bottom end knock, which was a rod or a bearing. And the bottom end, we thought it was the lifter. It was not the lifter. It was all in the bottom. So one of my mechanics suggested that I go ahead and put a new engine into the truck. So I kicked it around for a couple of days. I really didn't want to do it, but he referred to me that he had a truck that was wrecked in the front end and the motor was still good. So he let me see how it ran really, really good. So he quoted me $1,250. And if you guys remember, I quoted for that truck to be done at $1,300 on the engine repair. So I ended up getting it done for $1,250, which saved me $50. But I was wanting to do the lifter fix for $1,300, fix the lifter and rebuild that head or whatever. But with it being on the bottom end, it would have been a lot more expensive to take that entire bottom block to the machine shop and get that rebuilt. That would have cost me like $2,500, you know, so I would have been out an extra $1,200. I couldn't do that. I had to make a little bit extra cheese. So I did that. That's really all I had to do. Other than that, I changed out the tires. I transported the vehicle. That transportation is really what bumped my cost up by a few $100s because I had to do a lot of ripping and running with that truck. So on that, I ended up coming out on that truck $7,886. That's what I ended up having invested into that truck. But here's the thing. I projected that I would have $8,450 invested into that truck. So that's me saving almost about $600 on this truck of what I projected I was going to have invested. And the way I did that was I didn't put wheels, and I kind of got lucky and I didn't have to change the windshield. I'll cover that part in a second, the windshield part. But the reason why I didn't put wheels is because, keep in mind, guys, is this truck we've been working on this truck for about, what it's been, a month and a half almost. So keep in mind, as that time frame was going, the market was changing, and I was also learning more on other units that I had posted for sale. So I noticed that everybody kept asking me, do you have the original wheels to it? Do you have the original wheels to it? So the 20s are cool, but the people who are buying right now, paying cash, they're kind of wanting that original look. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's a really clean truck, one owner. Those people really want the original wheels. So I said, man, I'm just going to keep the original look of the truck. It's going to save me some money on one end, and I think I'll have a better opportunity at attracting a different type of buyer, an actual cash buyer. Because with the 20s, I'm getting a lot of people who are wanting to finance. It's like I'm literally attracting two different types of clientele when I put the 20s and when I leave factory wheels. Factory wheels, I'm attracting cash buyers. 20-inch wheels, I'm attracting finance buyers. So I saw that within that month and a half of waiting around on this truck. So I didn't put the wheels. That saved me some money, big time. So yeah, let's go back to this. I have $7,886 in the truck now, projected $8,450, and my projected ROI was 20%. My ROI that I actually ended up making was 27%. So I projected a $1,690 profit, and I actually got a $2,100.64 profit. $2,100 profit, basically. So we talking about $500 difference, guys, just on not only market adjustments and seeing things, learning things over the time of sitting around on that truck, but just making decisions as a business owner, right? So really, really cool experience with this truck. So the storyline of the guy I sold this truck to, just a little bit of detail. I know I gave you guys a little bit of a breakdown yesterday, but I want to give you a little bit more detail on it because it was pretty interesting sale. So what's crazy is that this week, on the first of the month, I told myself, it's right here, it's written down on my calendar. September is about talking my talk. I need to do a better job at stop cutting people off, stop having low confidence in people. communicate with people. So when somebody has called me this month, I'm communicating with them a lot more fluently. I'm not just short talking them, getting them off the phone real quick. I'm actually talking with them. And when the guy came, this was his second time coming, I saw him and I told myself, I said, man, here's an opportunity for me to put what I intuition to work. Let me put it to work. So let me actually sit up and talk to this guy and really try to sell him, you know. So he came to look at this Till truck I had for $13,950. Last time he came and looked at a truck for $12,950. He told me, honestly, he said, man, I don't have that much. I only have $10,000. That's my budget. But he still comes out and looks at the truck, which is fine. You know, he just wants to know, hey, is it really a $13,000? Is it really a $14,000 truck? Because it might just be a $10,000 truck and you just asking that much, right? So I explained to him, man, this is a $14,000 truck. Like, you see it, you know, it's low miles. He kind of got discouraged. I could see it on his face. And I thought to myself, I said, man, I need to refer the $10,000 truck that I got right down the street. So I say, man, I got one in detail right now. I'll do a $10,500 out the door. Done deal. And we can go look at it right now and I can get you sold on it in the next 30 minutes. He said, really? I said, really, man. So here's the kicker about that, guys. And this is I'm kind of giving up some of my secrets right here in this video, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. So as a dealer, when I have a vehicle that has not been posted yet, and you come and you see it, and I haven't put a price on the vehicle yet, I have the power to tell you whatever price I want. Now you guys can go back and look at the video. And I initially said my goal price on this truck was $10,500. I did not try to tax him an extra dollar because I was trying to try something new. I was trying to not only try something new, I'm trying to become more customer serving based. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to become more like that because I think that will help me as we go into seeing less available cash buyers. I need to be more talkative and be more engaged with my customers. That's one of my flaws that I have noticed being in business within the past few years. I know it. I know that about myself. I'm really communicative with my customers, but I could be a lot better. So I'm working on that. And this sale is really important to me because it was a time where it actually worked. What I wrote out right here on my calendar, talk, yo, talk. It worked. I got a good relationship with a customer. I got a sale on a vehicle that I had to do a lot of waiting on, and it ended up being worth it in the end. So, yeah, guys, we ended up making a 27% ROI, and I projected a 20% ROI. So, on the other end of the deal, right here, I've got the $10,500 that they got paid me in cash, right? So, another very important thing when we're talking about money, when we're talking about buying and selling, this is really what will separate you from the rest when you're talking about buying and selling. So I'm going to do a little quick allocation. I call this allocation, envelope allocation. So this is what I do every time I make a sale. This is how my brain works every time. So I sold this truck for a total of $10,500 out the door. That includes tax, title, and license. So with tax, title, and license being involved in this $10,500, I have to immediately withdraw $500. It's really $450, but because I get a $50 doc fee, but I'm going to go ahead and withdraw $500. So I'm gonna set this behind me because we don't even get to see that. That is state money. That is not my money. So now I'm left with 10 G's. 10 G's. So $2,100 is what I made on the vehicle. Knowing me, I would project in my mind that I only made $2,000, and I will automatically just take off the $100. It would just basically go back into my business. So I'm going to take out $2,000. That's what I made, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, guys. So that is my profit. I got $2,000 right there. I got $8,000 right there. Okay, so this is the most important thing. In my opinion, this is the most important thing when you're running a business is how you allocate your money right here. What am I going to do with the money that I just generated in my business? So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take 1,000 and I'm going to pay my dues. What do I mean by my dues? Well, for me, I pay all my dues 2 months at a time. I try to always be 2 months ahead on all my bills. That's aside from emergency funds. That's set aside to be spent for my dues, for my bills, 2 months at a time. So I'm going to set $1,000 aside, whether that may be for the month. I already got October covered, so I'll be covering November. So we're going to set 1,000 to the side for the month of November. I got 1,000 left. So initially, what I would normally do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to chunk that back into the business. Also, don't forget about the extra 100 that I left within the 8,000 because I really made 21. So I'm going to chunk 500 back into the business, and I got an extra 5 right here. I can either pay myself or I can chunk it to the side for the other spectrum of my taxes that come up in the beginning of 2024. So in this instance, I will probably pay myself with this 500 because it's still the beginning of the month. So I could take care of some groceries with like 200 of this, and then the other 300, I can do whatever I want with it. It don't matter. I mean, I'm gonna make money elsewhere, right? So guys, this is important. This is what I have been doing ever since I started my business. This is how my brain works when I get money. So now we got 8,000. This is where people mess up. This is where people mess up. They might even do this right. They might take the profit, put it to the side or whatever. They might take that tax money. But this 8 has to go back into the business. I have to spend this 8 on another truck, period. There is no ifs, ands, whats, buts about it. I have to spend that 8,000 on another truck to generate more income. Because this will only last me for so long. So I got to spend that 8. So I really just wanted to touch on that, guys, and show you a more realistic point of view when we're talking about business and me buying and selling a project, fixing up a project and actually selling it. So I hope you like this. I hope you like my breakdown of how I work with my money and stuff like that. If you got any questions or anything, jump in the comments. I'm open to all feedback. If you have any more extra questions about the situation with the customer or how I did the engine swap and stuff like that, just reach out, man. I'm all ears. I'm always open to talking with you guys. Like I say, I love the platform that it's building here, and I really enjoy it, man. I really do. Just reach out to me, man. Checking out with you guys, man. Jay Anthony.